Hi guys, it's Laura from Green & Company, and today I'm just going to go through a tutorial on how you can put together our new interchangeable truck. This design here, you'll kind of notice it's familiar to the one where you put your pieces, hold on, with here with the license plate, and then you can put your piece in the front that you can change out and so forth with your part there. However, I've taken it one step further now and I've made it into a 3D shaped truck, so that way we can put stuff in it. We can, right now we're using them at the store for our laser tiered tray pieces, so you can put them pieces in there. You can hang your some of your banner off the front. So really I'm just going to paint it up really fast. I'll speed up the video and then I will show you how I go about putting it together. There is a couple points I want to make when painting this. You are painting pretty much every side, front and back. You can probably, for this at the bottom, you don't necessarily have to paint that one because it will be hidden, but it's preference really. Those pieces with all of the notches, you need to make sure you do nice even coats. You do not want to be getting any paint in any of these slots and this side as well, because that will affect how easy this is to put together. If you get any paint in there, it's not compensating for that extra thickness and you could have some issues. So if you do get some paint in there, when it's wet, take like a Q-tip or something and get in there and get it out, all of it right away. So right now at the store I have one in white already, but I'm gonna paint this one in black. So everything will be black, and then I'll come back and do some stain pieces. So normally you would have your wheels just black if you are going to paint the rest all a different color. So say I was doing this in white, then you would have black on the bottom here on both. You can do them on both sides. You can just put a piece of tape, but you'll need black, and then everything else would be your color. So yeah, so I'm just gonna get started. I'm just gonna use a nice small mini roller because that's nice and fast for me, and I can go over these slots without getting any paint in them. So I'm just gonna get started on the back first. So I'm just going to paint and I'm going to speed it up, and then I will come back later when it is now time to put it all together. All right, so I will join you guys back here in a while. Okay. On this particular piece, it is cut with adhesive on the back, so you'll only be doing the front because once you flip this over, this piece will now cover all of that. So really on the front part of the truck that sticks out, you'll only be doing the wheels, but right now I've just painted the back side. So I'll come back after and just explain that again a little bit more. I mean, if you paint it, it's not the end of the world, but. Okay, so that's the first coat. I'm going to let it dry because I'm doing black. I can't see anything on the edges, but I've done a thin enough coats that I don't really have anything on the edge. So right now I'm going to leave that, and then I will, I'm going to do the stain. Oops, I forgot one black piece here. Hold on a second. All right, so put that there, and I will be right back. Okay, so while that's drying, I'm just gonna set those off there, and then I'm gonna come in and do my stain pieces. Now, I would prefer my headlights and all that stuff, I'm doing just a stain color in whole wheat, just because that's the look I'm going for. But if you wanna do red and yellow lights, that's totally up to you. And like a silver bumper, your choice. But I just want a nice neutral farmhouse style looking car or truck, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just gonna grab my stain. Don't need much because I'm only doing the front sides of all of these pieces. This one you can do both sides, not that you'll ever see the back side because we're going to glue that on, but do it if you want. Hide some of that char. Okay, so those are dry. Set them off to the side. Okay, by now this is already dry, so I'm going to just make sure I have nothing wet over here. I'm going to flip this over. All right, so I'm just going to repeat it again. And I'll be doing that twice on both sides. So remember, you don't have to do this whole piece, just the wheel part. I mean, if you get over a little bit, that's not a big deal because you are going to cover it up anyways, but so you don't have to be perfect. I'm just gonna do the edges here just so when I line them up, just in case it doesn't shadow an unfinished edge. So I'm just gonna run the edge here really quick. There we go. Just like that. Okay. Okay, this one I don't have to do this back side, but I am going to give it a quick sand first. And then I will do its second coat. Okay, and same with this one. It's dry, and I'm just going to sand it. Just sanding it so it's smooth. If it wears off a little of the paint, that's not a big deal. I'll be distressing the edges anyways when I do mine, but now it's smooth compared to when it was just freshly painted. And as you can see, I'm really not using a whole lot of paint. And And you want to avoid all of those openings when you are trying to first offload your roller, so most of the paint doesn't go into those grooves. And still you should go back and forth just to eliminate any of those overlap marks. Okay, so those are going to dry. And what I'm going to do is going to leave it now because I'll come back once I'm done my second coat. There's no point watching me do a full second coat again. And then I will come back when it's ready to assemble. Okay, see you in a bit. Guys, I'm back now to put together our 3D truck here. So I have painted 2 coats, I've sanded in between, and I've also just sanded here prior to coming on. And now it's time to put together. So, so what you're going to want to do is, the easiest part to do is to get this inner part on first, so we don't have to work with it when we have a little bit deeper layer. So what you're going to do is take this piece and we're going to attach it here. This one has adhesive on it, so you can just take that and peel it off. I have like no nails. Okay, there we go. So line it up, make sure that the words are right side up, because it does say use glue to attach the top piece, and that will be this piece over here. So I'm just going to line it up here. Make sure it's where I want it, and then press into place. Before I glue that, I'm going to set these in as well. So these are my little mirrors. You've got your little score marks there, so you can peel these off as well. Same thing as we did with the other truck, if you've got it. If not, then this is how we do it. Just need to see those lines. Let me just bring it closer. The different color, you'll have a bit easier time, but I'm sure that's lined up there. Okay, so now this piece I'm going to glue in. Now just watch, it lines up better one way than the other with the score mark. So just flip it around. I believe it's the other way, but it doesn't hurt to check. Yeah, I think it's this way. Hold on. Yeah, so you're just going to add some glue into that scored area. And then I'm going to let this dry for just a few minutes. Mine has got a bow in it, so it's going to probably take a few minutes to set that. So try and make sure that that's straight. If you need to get your face right in there, I'm trying not to do that. So I'm just going to sit here and hold it for a few minutes because it's just the way it is. So I'm going to pause the video and then I'll come back as soon as this part is dry. Okay, so that is dry for me. Now what we're going to do is we're going to assemble this part. Now all 3 pieces have to be kind of done all together. So because mine is black, you can't see any of the charring that happens when it's cut on the laser. So if you're doing a white color, you're going to kind of look for the pieces that have a little bit more discoloration on the back, and you'll want to keep those in the inside. But because I can't tell anymore, I'm not going to worry about it. So this piece here, actually I can tell by a little bit on just from the edging. Hold on a sec. Yeah, that one I can't really. Okay, so with the holes at the top, you're going to take this piece and it will fit into here. So I am going to use a little glue. I just want to show you what we are doing. So this is what we're creating. So we want to stabilize that. So we want to put a little bit of glue. So what I'm going to do is put some on this piece rather than into the slot. Okay. Now my glue will dry clear, so I'm not really worried. A little bit extra is sticking out. Just gonna put a little bit on here. All right, and I'm going to attach that. And I'm gonna do this side. Can you see that? Okay. I kind of want to get this all together while it's still wet, so if you need to move your piece around a little bit, you've got that. You're able to do that. Okay, so that is just sitting there real quick. All right, all of these pieces now will fit into that slot. So I am just going to take the side that is going in. So it doesn't matter. They're both same on both sides. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here. I think you guys can see me. Let's move this up just a little bit more. So I'm putting it on the inner part of the notch because that's the part that's going to make contact. Like here, 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 and all that kind of stuff. So okay, so now I'm going to just turn it over, and I'm going to line on one side first, and I already pre-fit mine, so I know everything fits really well. Like I don't have too much paint and everything, so you might want to do that first, because once you get glue on, you pretty much you can't really take it out and sand it. So so now I'm just gonna let that sit. I'm just gonna flip it over so you can see that everything is lined up in there, nothing is sticking out. But for the most part, I'm not gluing this side on yet, but I want to keep it lined up so that I'll have no problems once the other side is dry. So I'm just getting this to hold its shape. So I'm just gonna let it steady like that, and I'm going to let that first side dry. This is holding it so it's all nice and square. Once this is dried in place, then I will come back, pull this piece off, and do it again. And you can even set some weight on here. I'm just gonna grab what I was using before, because you want to make sure that it's staying nice towards the truck front, so in case your table isn't flat or something is preventing it from being perfectly straight, you just want to make sure that you've got some weight on there. So I'm just doing that so that way it has a good chance to dry to the back of the truck. And I've got mine on parchment paper, so if any glue happens to seep through, it's not going to stick to my paper or the table or whatever it is that you're doing. So I'm gonna leave this for a few more minutes, and then I will come back again. Okay, I'm back. That only just took a few minutes, so I'm carefully going to remove this piece now without pulling off the back. That one seems to be okay. All right, so this time, kind of come in here and put the glue in here. So this time, remember, when we were doing this, you want this side out, the part that you didn't paint, because this will cover up, it will also cover up these slots. So If any glue seeps out, it's not a big deal. Okay, and then carefully fit it back together, and I would suggest just adding that weight back on there. So just find something heavy and just let it sit again for a few more minutes. Just make sure, sometimes wood has its warp, so you kind of gotta just go with it. Actually, I'm gonna stand it up for this part, and then I'm gonna put a little tape, just because the way my table is, wants to pull one side. So I'm just gonna take some tape, lay it across, and pinch it like almost like a clamp, and let it to hold that way. So then here. Pinch it, squeeze it as hard as you can, so that all your pieces, if you need 2 pieces, then do 2. Just gonna turn mine on the side here. There, and then just keep it like this until you know that it's gonna be stable. I mean, for the most part, it's stable without gluing it, but you do want that. You want to make sure it's going to withstand something. So, but yeah, I'm going to give that, I don't know, I'll probably come back in like 10 minutes or something, just to let it set, and then we'll do the rest. Actually, you know what? We could do this right now. We'll just let this sit, and then we can even put these on. So you can put them on now, you can put them on later. It won't make a difference, but I guess we can pass some time now. So what we're going to do is peel this part off, and we're going to attach it at the bottom where that lines up. And so you're just laying it on top, making sure you've got it fitting where it wants, and once you're good, then you can make full contact. Now, this one I accidentally forgot to remove this score mark for the part of the truck, and I'm going to take it off because the black is hiding it, but the lighter colors, you'll see it. And if you want to use the rectangle from the other truck that we have, you can put it there, but because this one is stretched a little bit, it doesn't fit in that same area. So if there's no score mark there, then it won't matter. You can still place it wherever you want, and it's not gonna look funny because of those lines aren't matching up. So now just use those score marks to line up the lights at the back of the truck. You can use all sorts of different pieces with this. Once I get this together, I'll show you. So you can use your laser tiered tray. You can take the strings, the holes from the side, and you can take apart some of that banner from the laser tiered tray, and you can dangle it in the front, which I have a picture of on the winter one, so that one will be posted online. You can also use, well, in your truck, we'll put them as part of the base kit, is that you'll get some hooks like you do for your wagon or your bench, and you'll be able to hang that off the back of it. I have some, but I forgot to adjust the size. Let me just grab one. So you will have these pieces, except they're just going to be a little bit wider in here, so that when all your layers are attached on here, it will fit. And then you can also hang your wagon pieces in front here. You can put the interchangeable truck pieces up in here. You could attach the license plate and all that stuff. So you can use it for a variety of things. You can put a little potted plant or whatever. Like it really can be used for so much. So I'm just going to give this a few more minutes before I pull that tape off, and then all I am is going to come back and peel this off and attach it, but I'll go through that step with you. So I'll see you guys shortly. Okay, I'm back. I'm not sure if it's been 10 minutes, but I am going to just get this done. I'm just going to gently peel that off, because what I might do, depending if it's dry or not, is I might just attach that tape to the front of these. So take this, and sometimes when you go peeling a larger area, sometimes it wants to peel the adhesive just because it hasn't had a chance to grab hold well enough. So I'm just going to see what I got here. Hold on, guys. When you're at home, you gotta make do with what you got. Okay, so if for some reason that happens, you can just take like a spatula and just kind of rub the back of that. Make sure that it really has a chance to really adhere, and then you can start to peel. So start slow, make sure that it's not lifting. So sometimes when you're going with the grain of the wood, it will want to lift more than if going against. So right now it's doing okay, but if you did start noticing really, like here it is right now, just because it caught on the edge, then you can just roll this piece back and rub it again. So there, I'm just gonna push that down. You can always, usually it starts at the edge. So I'm just gonna roll the opposite way, so that way doesn't have a chance to lift it so much. So I'm just going to pull this. See how you can, once to lift like that, that's what I'm talking about. So you can always just give it another good rub. There we go. And then we'll try the next piece. There we go. Okay, so this piece lines up exactly to here, except for the wheels will be sticking out. So I'm just going to gently lay it so I can line up all of my edges before I press that into place. And I think I am good to go. Okay, I'm good enough. So just give it a good press. And voila, you're done. So yeah, those little mini easel stands, the depth of this allows that piece to sit in there in case you wanted to put one of those little signs in there. You could put like a little plant. You could, like I said, you can stick that little piece that's interchangeable with the original truck that sits in the slot. Yeah, so you can take your string and you can hang it in the front. These can hang off here and hang your wagon piece. So it really can do quite a lot of different things. So that's why I took the original design and made it into this. Just because at the time we don't really have anything for our laser tier trays. We were out of the tier trays, but it seems like I've secured a few now, so those will be coming. But this also gives you another option, something decorative and cute. So anyways, I hope you like that, and I look forward to seeing you guys all your different colors. I've done one in white, one in black, but who knows, I might throw a teal one in there at some point, maybe for the spring, but you really could do it in any color to just complement your decor. All right, guys, and we'll see you guys back for the next video.